Morning, Pipers. How y'all doing? Um, I am doing well. We pulled into town last night from vacation just a few hours ago. Actually, it was this morning, not last night. We spent the 4th of July holiday in Washington, D.C. and had a wonderful time. And I hope you had a good holiday as well. Lots of festivities in the city, in the capital city for the holiday. And it was very nice. I wanted to touch base with you. As per usual, when I travel, I visited a cigar shop or pipe shop every chance I got, and visited a total of 3 on this trip, and they were very, very pleasant experiences, all 3. And I wanted to share that with you, give them a little shout out, I guess, if you're traveling that way, and show you the loot that I picked up while I was gone. Didn't mention this morning we're smoking my Savinelli Series 3. This started out unfinished. You can see how it's darkened nicely, and I'm smoking Orlik Golden Sliced in it. So we started our trip out from southern Arkansas, or central Arkansas. And our first stop, we made a pit stop in Nashville for lunch, Nashville, Tennessee, about 5.5 hours from us. So I'm traveling with my wife, my daughter, and her friend. So apparently one of the big things right now in Nashville is these murals everywhere. And teenagers are taking pictures of them and putting them on Instagram and all that stuff. Not really my thing. So the wife and I talked, and we found a cigar shop, and she dropped me off at it, and then she took the kiddos around for a couple hours of those. So stopped a little place in Nashville called Smokers Abbey. And I really expected, when I looked it up, to be a pretty big place, because they have a location in Nashville. They have another location in Texas, I believe. And I really expected it to be a pretty big place. So I go in, and it's not. It's really small. The humidor is, I guess it's average size compared to other tobacco stores that I've been in. And I noticed they had some bulk tobacco blends, and I think they had Tsuge pipes. They had some Tsuge pipes, which are not really my style. And I was going to purchase a pipe on this trip, but did not do so there. But the people there were very nice. I bought a couple of cigars. I don't have them to show you. I smoked them on the trip. But I did notice, sitting down, I was just kind of scanning around, looking the place over, and noticed some tins stacked up. And I did get 2 of those. I got this there. I did not buy a box of cigars. They give a free box away with any purchase, so I picked up a nice cedar box to store some stuff in. But thankfully Tennessee doesn't have severe taxes on their pipe tobacco, like Arkansas. I love the state of Arkansas, but it's turning into a bit of a nanny state when it comes to tobacco. We have a 68% tax on pipe tobacco, which makes buying a tin about $20 to $25 here. They did not have those taxes, so their tins were $12. So I was really happy, and I picked up a couple things. Picked up some Dunhill My Mixture 965, and also a tin of Samgawa 1792 Flake. I am not a huge fan of the 1792 straight out of the tin. It has a Tonquin, I believe is how you pronounce it. It has a flavoring of Tonquin on it, and it is very overpowering at first if you haven't tried it. However, after it's out of the tin and in a jar for about 6 months, that Tonquin flavor really tones down. It's just a nice, sweet Virginia. I think it's Virginia and Burley. But that flavor's kind of in the background, and it's really good. Note on that one, it's a big boy tobacco. The strength it'll let you know it's there. So after meals is best for that one. So we went on into the city. Spent a day shopping in Georgetown, one of the days. and visited Georgetown Tobacco again. Now, 2 years ago, I did a video on pipe shops that I visited. And Georgetown I mentioned, and I went. This time I actually spent more time there. This time I actually stayed there, smoked a couple of cigars, hung out with everybody, and that's where I bought my pipe. Let me see, grab some stuff here. One of the things that they have at Georgetown that are hard to find is they have an amazing cigar selection, and they have the Liga Privada stuff that is really hard to find. So I picked up these 3 cigars while I was there. Got a Dirty Rat, a UF13, and a T52. Can't find those. I can't find them locally. I believe Drew Estate requires for you to sell the Liga line, you have to just order an insane amount of stuff. So my local shop is surprisingly well stocked, but no Liga stuff. So I was happy to get those. I've had the T52. I have never had the Dirty Rat or the UF13. So that'll be interesting. Also, I purchased, if I can speak, a pipe there, and I really like this. I have not smoked it yet. I plan on having my first smoke with this pipe later on today at my local B&M. But I love the Canadian shape. I love Canadians and pipes and people. And I bought one. I've never had a Nording. I've always admired them, and I've never owned one. And I found this little baby right here. It is a rather, I guess it's an average size bowl. For Nordings, maybe a little smaller than usual. But I love, if you can see it good here, focus. It's the nice rustication and then the smooth top of the bowl. And I just love this pipe. It is beautiful. And I'm looking forward to enjoying it for a long time to come. But got that there. You can see this is a Nording. The bag and the box are not. He couldn't find the Nording box, and he came out apologizing to me, but I told him that was fine. I wasn't buying it for the box, so. All right. So it was a great place. Met some cool people there while I was there. Yeah, like I said, had a couple of cigars and just hung out and talked and met some good people. The third place that I went, we were on our way home. I went there yesterday. We left DC about 6 a.m. And pulled into Central Arkansas about 1 a.m. the next morning. But I had wanted to make it to a place called Myline Tobacconist. Now, you may have seen, hopefully you've seen, I did some reviews. I went through a little stage where I was trying to find an aromatic that I enjoyed. And I reviewed 5 tobaccos by Myline Tobacconist. And I spoke well of them while I was reviewing them, because like I said, my goal was to find an aromatic that I like. So I was trying to find positive things to say about them. It turns out I never reach for them anymore. I'm just not that big of an aromatic guy. I found 1 or 2 that I can tolerate, that one that I actually enjoy, but I don't reach for those 5 anymore. However, I had been wanting to get by their store. Obviously, they have other stuff too, and I'd heard really good things about Myline. So I did get by their store yesterday, driving back through, back home through Roanoke. So, I'll show you a few things that I got there. Let's see. Picked up a couple cigars, no big deal there. Found out they too in Virginia do not have much of a tobacco tax, so I was very pleased about that. So I picked up a tin of Mac Baren Plum Cake. Now these tins here are, let's see, they're 3.5 ounces, I believe. You can see how thick they are. 3.5 ounce, so 2 regular size tins, $12.95. Their prices there were fantastic. And so I picked up a tin of that. I had tried this. A friend of mine at my local B&M, Sheldon Richmond, he's got a channel on here. If you hadn't seen him, give his channel a shot. He had given me a sample of this. We went through a week or two period where we were to swap some samples, and one of the ones that he gave me was Mac Baren Plum Cake, and I loved it, and I've been meaning to pick some up, and always just seem to forget when I'm placing an order. So I saw that there and grabbed it. Let's see. I didn't buy a whole lot at Myline. We were on our way home. Got a little cork knocker for to glue in the middle of my ashtray. And I picked up 2 of their house blends. I picked up an ounce each of 205 Cavendish, which is just a little unflavored Cavendish, Virginia, and Perique. And it smells fantastic, and hopefully it tastes good as well. I bet it will. It smells good. And then I picked up 1 ounce of Triple Crown, which is their version. It's their pretty much a standard English with a little Perique. But that's it, guys. I wanted to show you what I picked up on the trip and plug those 3 places. I'll tell you, Myline is probably the nicest pipe and tobacco shop I've ever been in, as far as just how nice the facilities are and how everything's laid out. It is fantastic, and the prices are phenomenal, and nice people. I've been to Nat Sherman in New York, and it's very nice. It's got mahogany and leather chairs and all. It is not one bit nicer than Myline Tobacconist in Roanoke, Virginia. So if you ever get that way, it is certainly worth a stop. The only knock on them, they're a little short on space to sit down and enjoy a cigar while you're there. It's more of a store than a lounge. But like I said, I would put it #1 shop I've ever been to as far as the store aspect of it. That's all today, guys. It's been a while since I talked to you. Every time I do a video, it seems like these days, I tell you, I hope I get back with you sooner than before. This won't be any different. I hope I do. I'm enjoying the summer, enjoying being out of school, and we had a hell of a vacation. I hope you guys enjoyed the 4th of July holiday, and we'll see you next time, guys. As always, go forth and do good.